Hey, good afternoon, students. In last class, we discussed that concept is reflection at curved surface. Reflection at curved surface. Okay, in that class, we discussed that how many types of mirrors. How many types of mirrors? So, how many types of mirrors? There are two types of mirror. One is plane mirror, another one is spherical mirrors. Another one is spherical mirror. You have to identify this plane mirror. You have to identify this plane mirror. Now it is one plane mirror. So this surface is plain polished surface. The surface is plain polished surface. Now just identify here incident parallel beam of light rays. Incident parallel beam of light rays. What is the meaning of parallel beam of light rays? More than two light rays consider in same direction. The total number of light rays we have to consider as a parallel beam of light rays. Okay, now just identify these incident light rays. Incident at a point on highly polished surface. After reflection, all rays are moving in same specified direction. Here we have to identify these all are incident rays. These all are incident rays. Okay, these all are reflected rays. These all are reflected rays. We have to identify this point. Okay, here we can get that regular reflection. Have to get that regular reflection. We can apply that loss of reflection. What is that loss of reflection? Angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. Have to draw that normals. Normals always perpendicular to the point of incidence. Here, incident parallel beam of light rays makes incident parallel beam of light rays makes angle with respect to normal. Here, reflected rays makes with respect to normal is reflected ray makes at an angle with respect to normal angle R. Here, angle I equal to angle R. Angle I equal to angle R. Yes or no? Here, consider that surface is highly polished surface. The surface is highly polished surface. Because of that reason, we are getting regular reflection. So what is the reflection? Regular reflection. Regular reflection means after reflection, all reflected rays are moving in same direction. We have to identify this direction. Okay, so incident ray direction we have to identify towards a polished surface of mirror. Here, reflected ray direction away from that polished surface of a mirror. But irregular surface, what is that irregular surface? We have to identify that it is also one surface only. Okay, here we have to consider that surface is irregular polished surface. This surface is irregular polished surface. Now just identify this, it is a flat surface, it is a irregular polished surface. It is also can act like a mirror. Now we have to identify that incident light rays. Incident light rays we have to consider. So here we consider that parallel beam of light rays, that parallel beam of light rays incident on polished surface. Okay, this surface is irregular polished surface. Now observe that reflected light rays. So here reflected light rays rebounds into the same medium. Reflected light rays rebounds into the same medium. We have to identify that. So reflected light rays direction in different direction. Just identify these reflected light rays not following the specified direction. This direction is different. One ray is moving in one direction, another ray we have to consider all are moving in different direction. What is the reason? Because of irregular polished surface. So, okay, have you identified this point? Because of a irregular polished surface, you are getting that irregular reflection. But a polished surface, here plain polished surface we consider. Here regular reflection we got. Regular reflection means after reflection, all reflected ray direction is same. For irregular reflection, all reflected rays direction is different. All reflected ray direction is different. You have to identify this point. Here for each individual ray, we have to calculate. For each individual ray, you have to calculate angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. Angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. It can obey laws of reflection. It can obey laws of reflection, but complete total parallel beam of light rays we have to consider. Okay, total parallel beam of light rays. So total irregular reflected rays we have to consider. So angle of incidence not equal to angle of reflection. Here total angle of incidence of that parallel beam of light rays not equal to, so total reflected light rays makes angle with respect to normal is different. But we have to consider individual ray, but it obeys, have to consider individual ray, it obeys first law of reflection. Angle I equal to angle R. Angle I equal to angle R. This is very important point. For every surface, had to get that. So first law of reflection condition. Okay, it is a polished surface, it is a rough surface, whatever it is, but angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection for single light ray. Okay, students, we have to identify this small condition. The next one. Next one, what discussing about that spherical mirrors. Here, just identify it is one sphere. It is one sphere. Outside surface of the sphere is highly polished surface. Outside surface of the sphere is highly polished surface. Just we have to identify this surface is a highly polished surface. This surface acts like highly polished surface. Then it is it is one highly polished surface. Then it is acts like a mirror. Now we have to cut this sphere into two half parts. How many parts? Two half parts. Just you have to cut this sphere into two half parts. How many half parts? Two half parts. So separate this half part. Separate this half part. Just identify. So it is one half part. So just identify that polished surface. Identify that polished surface. This surface acts like a reflecting surface. The surface acts like a reflecting surface. You have to identify this mirror. This mirror is which mirror? Concave mirror. Which mirror? Concave. Sorry. This mirror is called as convex mirror. This mirror is called as convex mirror. Identify this point. Convex mirror. This mirror is called as convex mirror. Outside surface is a reflecting surface. So here consider that surface is reflecting surface. Reflecting surface. Okay, so here convex mirror, it is convex mirror. Outside surface is a reflecting surface. But what about the inside part? Inside surface is opaque. Okay, this sphere is a solid sphere or a hollow sphere. This sphere is one hollow sphere. We have to identify this one. One hollow sphere. You have to identify. Okay, so this mirror, convex mirror. This mirror is one spherical mirror. This mirror is one spherical mirror. One spherical mirror. Next one, we have to imagine that next spherical mirror. So what is that next spherical mirror here? Just identify that. So here we have to imagine this mirror. Outside part is opaque. Okay, outside part is coating with a silver. Then inside part can act like a reflecting surface. Which part? Inside part. Okay, here we consider that inside part. Here consider that inside part. So just to identify this condition, here inside part is one reflecting surface only. Okay, students, identify this one. This surface is a reflecting surface. The surface is a reflecting surface. This surface, reflecting surface. But what about this outside surface? Here, outside surface is opaque surface. Okay, the surface is coating with silver. The surface is coating with silver. Then it is acts like a opaque surface. Identify how many types of mirrors are there? Two types. One is convex mirror. Another one is concave mirror. Another one concave mirror. Concave mirror, convex mirror and concave mirror. Okay, note down these three diagrams. Information you have to note down. Next we can discussing about that. So first concave mirror. Next we have to discuss convex mirror. Okay, students. Now we want to identify that one by one. So first we have to imagine concave mirror. We have to imagine concave mirror. Now this is represents one curved mirror. Which mirror it is? Concave mirror. For concave mirror, we have to consider reflecting surface inside. We have to consider reflecting surface inside. But what about outside? Outside surface is opaque surface. Outside surface, opaque surface. Okay, so here we can identify it is A, it represents B. Curved length of this sphere is called as aperture. It's called as aperture. We have to identify this region. Here inside we have to consider this region is reflecting surface region. Okay, this region is reflecting surface region. Yes or no? This reflecting surface curved length you have to calculate is called as aperture. Aperture means which aperture it is? Concave mirror aperture. Here aperture of concave mirror. Aperture of concave mirror. Okay, we have to identify. Next one, we have to find out that midpoint of this concave mirror. Midpoint we have to identify. So here center. Midpoint of this concave mirror, we have to represent pole. Midpoint of concave mirror, we have to represent pole. It is called as midpoint of this concave mirror. It is called as pole. Pole is denoted by the letter P. Pole is denoted by the letter P. Now we have to identify center for this curved surface. Center for this curved surface. Center for this curved surface is called as. Here we have to imagine center for this curved surface is called as center of curvature. Center for this curved surface is called as a center of curvature. Just we have to imagine this sphere. Okay, center for this curved surface or center of this sphere is called as a center of curvature. Okay, it is denoted by the letter C. It is denoted by the letter C. I have to write that one, center of curvature. Center of curvature. Now, one reference line is required for this. That reference line is passing through center of curvature and pole. That reference line is passing through center of curvature and pole. Now we have to draw that reference line. We have to draw that reference line. Just to draw this reference line. Okay, this reference line is passing through center of curvature and pole of concave mirror. Pole of concave mirror is called as principal axis. Principal axis. Okay, it is called as principal axis. So this line is a reference line. This line is a reference line. Just identify. Now we have to find out that radius of curvature. Now we have to find out that radius of curvature. So radius of curvature we can calculate from pole to center of curvature. Now just identify, you are calculating that distance from pole to center of curvature. Means here identify center of the sphere from center to circumference. Center to circumference of the sphere, you have to calculate that length that is equal to radius of curvature. That is equal to radius of curvature. You have to R. Okay, so here we can identify PC. PC equal to radius of curvature. Okay, we can identify. Okay, these all are general terms related to concave mirrors. Okay, center of curvature, radius of curvature. Next one, pole, principal axis. Next one, aperture. Okay, these all are general terms related to concave mirror. Okay, students, first note down this information. So, which mirror it is? Concave mirror. Which mirror? Concave mirror. Identify this mirror. Concave. This mirror is concave. Note down. Okay, students, just identify. Yeah, it is the given information. The given information. Now we have to imagine one parallel beam of light rays. That parallel beam of light rays produced by infinite source of light. That parallel beam of light rays produced by infinite source of light. Where is that source of light we consider? At infinite means example stars and the sun. Here sun can produce that parallel beam of light ray. So incident parallel beam of light ray whenever reach to our earth, that light rays appear as like a parallel beam of light rays. Okay, these light rays appear as like a parallel beam of light rays. Just identify these light rays, incident parallel beam of light rays. These light rays are called as incident parallel beam of light rays. Here, just identify here how many number of light rays we consider: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 light rays we consider. That 6 light rays makes 0 angle with respect to principal axis. This all light rays parallel to principal axis. Here we have to identify what are the light rays near to principal axis. Here first one, second one. Here first already this light ray is following the path principal axis. These two light rays near to principal axis, these light rays are called as araxil rays. Okay, these two light rays are called as araxil rays. Here, what are the light rays we consider far away from the principal axis? What are the light rays we consider far away from the principal axis? That light rays are called as marginal rays. That light rays are called as marginal rays. So we have to identify another light ray. Okay, this light ray, these two light rays are called as marginal light rays. Marginal rays. Okay, these rays are called as, these two light rays is called as paraxial rays. Okay, paraxial rays. Okay, marginal rays, paraxial rays. Okay, just we have to identify. Next one, these all parallel beam of light rays incident on reflecting surface. After that, all reflected rays so intersect at one common point on the principal axis. We have to apply laws of reflection. Have to apply laws of reflection. So normal you have to draw for this spherical mirror. So normal is always perpendicular to this curved surface. Yes or no? So we have to draw normal. Normal is always perpendicular to curved surface. Draw that normal from point of incidence on concave mirror. Okay, just we have to draw this normal. So these all are represented normal. These all are represented normal. But according to first law of reflection, angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. What is that angle of incidence? Angle I. Here we have to identify reflected ray. I have to identify this ray is reflected. Another reflected ray we have to identify. Okay, here reflected ray rebounds into the same medium. Okay, all reflected rays intersect one common point. Okay, this intersection point is called as principal focus. This intersection point is called as a principal focus. Okay, just identify this principal focus. Principal focus formed between pole and center of curvature. Here, principal focus formed between pole and center of curvature. Therefore, here we have to identify TF equal to FC. TF equal to FC. So, where is the principal focus point? Here, principal focus point we can consider between center of curvature and pole. Therefore, PF equal to FC. Okay, students, here parallel beam of light rays, we can consider that parallel beam of light rays incident on reflecting surface of a concave mirror. After that, all reflected rays intersect one common point on a principal axis. This common point is called as a principal focus. Here, this principal focus we consider between pole and center of curvature. Here, PF equal to FC. So then it is equal to focal length. Is equal to focal length. Now find out that radius of curvature. Radius of curvature equal to PC. Radius of curvature equal to PC. But PC you have to write EF plus FC. EF plus FC. EF is nothing but focal length. Separation distance between pole and principal focus is called as a focal length. Okay, we have to write F plus F. R is equal to F plus F. R is equal to how much? 2F. R is equal to 2F. Identify this. Radius of curvature equal to 2 times of its focal length. 2 times. What is the unit? Meter. Unit of radius of curvature? Meter. Unit of focal length? Meter. Understood, students? Note down this information. Okay, draw the diagram. After that, we have to note down this information first. Here, one important point, normal is always perpendicular to the reflecting surface. Okay, every observation point we have to consider normal is so always perpendicular to reflecting surface and it is passing through center of curvature. All normals are passing through center of curvature. Okay, students, note down. Next one, we have to discuss rules for image formed by image formed by concave mirror. Rules for image formed by concave mirror. So what are the rules we want to discuss? Just identify. Here we required one mirror. So that mirror is concave mirror. So here concave mirror, reflecting surface we have to consider. For concave mirror reflecting surface inside. Okay, identify that reflecting surface inside of concave mirror. Identify that pole of this concave mirror. Pole at midpoint we can identify. Center of curvature of this concave mirror is C. C represents outside. C represents outside. We have to draw one principal axis. This principal axis is passing through center of curvature and pole. Okay, this principal axis is passing through center of curvature and pole. This is called as a principal axis. Write this principal axis. So it is principal axis. Principal axis. Okay, so now just identify this principal axis is passing through center of curvature and pole. Here rule 1. Here rule 1 we have to identify. So what is that rule? Rule 1. Here ray of light parallel to principal axis. If ray of light parallel to principal axis, after reflection, reflected ray is passing through dash. So we have to discuss next. It is rule 1. Here first rule 1, if any ray of incident light ray parallel to principal axis, If any incident light ray is parallel to principal axis. This is rule 1. Next, rule 2, we have to identify a rule 2. This is rule 2. For rule 2, here pole we have to identify, pole and center of curvature. Center of curvature. Next one, principal focus. Center of curvature and principal focus. If a ray of light is passing through principal focus, if a ray of light is passing through principal focus, it is rule 1, it is a rule 2. So after that, we have to find out that direction of a reflected ray. Rule 2. Rule 2. Okay, students. Condition 1, condition 2. Condition 3, you have to identify. Okay, condition 3. Here in condition 3, so just identify that surface. The surface is one reflecting surface. Which surface? Concave reflecting surface. Draw principal axis. Draw principal axis. Midpoint of this mirror. Midpoint of this mirror is called as pole. And identify that center of curvature. Center of curvature and principal focus. Center of curvature and principal focus. Here, consider that direction. Consider that direction is passing through center of curvature. Here, incident ray is passing through center of curvature. After that, we have to find out that direction of reflected ray. It represents rule 3. It represents rule 3. Identify rule 1, rule 2, rule 3, and next one, rule 4. Okay, rule 4 we have to identify. Rule 4. Here in rule 4, center of curvature you have to identify. Center of curvature C, and midpoint of this mirror is called as pole. Draw principal axis. Here principal axis is passing through center of curvature at the pole of a concave mirror. Now we have to consider that incident ray. Have to consider that incident ray. Incident at a point P on a reflecting surface of concave mirror. This light ray makes angle of incidence with respect to normal is angle I. Okay, these 4 rules are very important for rules for image formed by concave mirror. Okay, are you identified? This rule is 4th rule. This rule is 4th rule. Rule 4. Understood, students? Now one by one we have to discuss. Okay, students, just identify if ray of light parallel to principal axis. If ray of light parallel to principal axis, then reflected ray is passing through principal focus. Just identify. Reflected ray is passing through principal focus. It is rule 1. What is that meaning? Parallel. Okay, parallel. Then reflected ray passing through principal focus. Okay, if ray of light incident, if ray of incident light ray parallel to principal axis, then light ray is passing through principal focus. Next one, if ray of light is passing through principal focus, after reflection, reflected ray parallel to principal axis. Reflected ray parallel to principal axis. This condition is rule 2. This condition is rule 2. What is the direction? Parallel to principal axis. So here identify the direction parallel to principal axis. So here condition incident light ray is passing through principal focus. After reflection, it is parallel. It is parallel. You have to identify. Here, first incident ray parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, reflected ray is passing through principal focus. But here, first incident ray passing through principal focus. After reflection, reflected ray parallel to principal axis. Understood, students? Next, rule 3. That represents rule 3. Here, if any ray of light ray is passing through center of curvature, if any ray of light ray is passing through center of curvature before reflection, that reflected ray rebounds into the same path. Here, just identify that condition is passing through center of curvature, then reflected ray rebounds into the same incident path. So it following the path is incident light ray path only. So we have to consider another light ray also. Here consider that light ray. This one incident light ray, then reflected ray rebounds into the same path. Then that reflected ray is passing through center of curvature. Here we can identify that incident ray. Here we can identify that incident ray direction is perpendicular to the curved surface and it is passing through center of curvature. Okay, reflected ray rebounds from that curved surface. Okay, then it is passing through center of curvature. Both are passing through center of curvature. We have to identify incident ray and the reflected ray. Okay, so here initially that incident ray is passing through center of curvature. After reflection, reflected ray is passing through center of curvature. Understood, students? It is rule 3. Here, rule 4, you have to apply that loss of reflection. I have to apply that loss of reflection. So, angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. Here, draw that normal. Normal is always perpendicular to the curved surface. And it is passing through center of curvature. Yes, sir. Now, draw that reflected ray. Draw that reflected ray. It represents reflected ray. The angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection according to first law of reflection. Angle I equal to angle R. Angle I equal to angle R. So rule 1, rule 2, rule 3, 4 rules are required for image formed by concave mirror. Okay, students, note down these 4 rules. Draw these diagrams. Okay, next. Okay, next we have to discuss image formed by concave mirror. Image formed by concave mirror. Okay, students. Now we want to discussing about that image formed by concave mirror. Now, first we have to consider position of an object at infinite distance. So identify that position. Where is that position? At infinity. Okay, just identify this condition. Okay, first condition 1. If position of an object we have to consider at infinity distance, then image formed by concave mirror. Okay, image formed by concave mirror at which position we have to find out. So now we have to draw that concave mirror. So it represents concave mirror. Where is the position of an object at infinite distance? Now, pole of this concave mirror. Pole of this concave mirror, we have to consider at midpoint of this curved mirror. Okay, center of curvature is C. Center of curvature C. Now, we have to imagine principal axis. That principal axis is passing through center of curvature and pole. Is passing through center of curvature and pole. Now, just identify here position of an object consider at infinite distance. Then that source of light can produce parallel beam of light rays. Produce a parallel beam of light rays. We have to consider that parallel beam of light rays. Parallel beam of light rays. These two light rays are marginal light rays. Between these marginal light rays, we have to consider n number of light rays, that all number of light rays involved in image formation. Okay, but it is a ray diagram. For ray diagram, we have to consider two marginal rays. Have you understood? The marginal rays means end rays. Marginal rays means end rays. Now, just identify rule one. If any ray of light, so here identify that rule one, if any ray of light parallel to principal axis, after reflection, reflected ray is passing through principal focus. Just identify this condition. Here image formation point exactly at principal focus. Image formation point exactly at principal focus. Okay, so here note down that information. Here position of an object we consider at infinite distance. We consider at infinite distance. So u equal to infinity. U equal to infinity. Right here information u equal to object distance. Object distance. Okay, next one. So V equal to focal length. V equal to image distance, that is equal to focal length. Here V represents image distance, that is equal to focal length. Image distance. Next one we have to find out that image distance V. Next one, you have to find that characteristics of image. You have to find that characteristics of image. This image is point size image. Which size? Point size. Point size image. Next one, this image is inverted image. This image is inverted image. Okay, point size image and the inverted image, Next one, this image is real image. This image is real image. We have to capture this image on screen. We have to capture this image on screen. Okay, real image we can easy to capturing on the screen. So we have to identify these characteristics of image. First characteristics of image is point size image. Second characteristic of image is inverted image. Third characteristic of image is real image. Understood, students? Okay, so do you have any doubt? So where is the position of image? Exactly at principal focus. Exactly at a principal focus. Note down this information. For second condition, we have to consider position of an object. Okay, so here we have to consider that position of object beyond center of curvature. Beyond the center of curvature. Just identify this point. So this mirror, concave mirror. Okay, now we have to identify pole center of curvature. Okay, it is pole and it represents center of curvature. Where is the position of an object? Beyond center of curvature. Now just imagine this position of source of light. Position of a source of light. That point source of light can produce two marginal rays. How many marginal rays? Two marginal rays. We have to represent that marginal rays. One marginal ray parallel to principal axis. Okay, another marginal ray is passing through center of curvature. How many marginal rays introduced here? Two marginal rays. So we require two marginal rays enough for identify that image formation point. Okay, students. Now, where is that principal focus? We have to consider that principal focus exactly between center of curvature and pole. Exactly between center of curvature and pole. Okay, it is a midpoint of this length. Okay, students. So midpoint of CP length is nothing but principal focus. Now we have to apply that rules. How many rules we can apply here? One is rule one. One is rule one. What is that rule one? If any ray of light parallel to principal axis after reflection from concave curved surface, concave reflecting surface, that reflected ray is passing through principal focus. Is passing through principal focus. You have to identify. That reflected ray is passing through principal focus. Next, here, third rule, rule 3 we can identify. What is that rule 3? If ray of light is passing through center of curvature, after reflecting, that reflected ray is following the actual path of incident ray and it is passing through center of curvature. Okay, just identify. These two reflected rays intersect one common point. This intersection point we have to consider image formation point. This intersection point we can call as image formation point. Okay, where is the image formation point? Between center of curvature and the principal focus. Where is the object position? Beyond center of curvature. Object position beyond center of curvature, then image formed between principal focus and the center of curvature. Note down that characteristics of image. So this image is real and inverted image. Inverted image. This image is real and inverted image. Here size of object more than to size of image. Son, right here size of object more than to size of image. Size of image. Understood? Size of object more than to size of image. Next one, object distance. Object distance you have to identify. Object distance. U greater than V. U greater than V. Okay, object distance more than to image distance. Next one, this image is inverted image. Which image? Inverted image. You have to identify this image is inverted image. Understood? Okay, here height of object more than to height of image. Object distance more than to image distance. This image is inverted image. Okay, inverted image means Talakridulaga. Okay, inverted nothing but Talakridulaga formaina image. Okay, it is inverted image. Real and inverted image. Okay, students, note down these characteristics of image. Okay, students, now just observe here. So another condition. Now we have to consider that the position of an object exactly at center of curvature. Where is the position of an object? Exactly at center of curvature. So draw that concave mirror. So just to draw that concave mirror, outside surface is opaque surface, inside surface is reflecting surface. Yes or no? So identify that midpoint of this mirror pole. Okay, draw one imaginary line. Draw one imaginary line. That imaginary line is passing through center of curvature and pole. Center of curvature and pole. This reference line is called as principal axis. This reference line is called as principal axis. First, we have to consider that position of an object exactly at the center of curvature. So consider that position of an object exactly at center of curvature. Okay, students, this object can produce that source of light in all directions, but we can only consider two marginal rays. How many marginal rays, sir? Two marginal rays. One marginal ray parallel to principal axis. Another marginal ray is passing through principal focus. Just identify this condition. Okay, one ray parallel to principal axis. Another ray is passing through principal focus. Okay, here we have to apply that rules. So how many rules? Four rules. Rule 1. Rule 1. The next one it is rule 2. Rule 2. And now draw that reflected ray. So we have to draw that reflected ray. After reflection, reflected ray is passing through principal focus. Yes or no? Is passing through principal focus. Just identify this reflected ray. So it represents incident ray. Okay, it represents reflected ray. Okay, next here, second rule, rule 2. If ray of light is passing through principal focus after reflection, reflected ray parallel to principal axis. Just identify, so it is not a straight line. I have to draw once again this reflected ray. Okay, reflected ray parallel to principal axis. Now draw. So here intersection point we have to represent image formation point. Intersection point we have to represent image formation point. That image formation point exactly we have to consider on a center of curvature. Yes or no? Here object position of an object and position of image is same. Position of object and the position of image is same only. You have to identify. So here it is position of object and it is position of image. O dash is the height of object. I dash is height of image. Are you identify this point? So here consider that characteristics of image. Here height of object O dash equal to I dash. I dash. And this image is inverted image. Which image? Inverted. Real and inverted image. Inverted image. Real and inverted image. Next one, object distance. We have to calculate the distance from pole to object. That is equal to, we have to calculate that image distance from pole to image. Here, object distance, U equal to image distance. Object distance equal to image distance. Identify this point. Okay, students, do you have any doubt? So it is condition 3. Next. Not on the diagram. What about size? Size of object equal to size of image. Size of object equal to size of image. Next, rule for next one, next diagram. So concave mirror, outside surface, reflecting surface, draw principal axis. Okay, it is a principal axis. You have to identify center of curvature, center of curvature C, principal focus F, and pole. Pole we have to consider midpoint of this spherical mirror. Okay, so this midpoint we can represent pole. And the next one, here consider that position of an object. We consider that position of an object. Position of an object between C and F. Where is the position of an object? We consider that position of an object between center of curvature and principal focus. Center of curvature and principal focus. Represent that position of an object. So exactly, we have to consider that position of an object between center of curvature and principal focus. It is not straight line. Yes or no? So I can change. Okay, this perpendicular to principal axis. It is point source of light. How many marginal rays we require? 2 marginal incident rays. Consider that marginal incident rays. So one marginal ray parallel to principal axis, another marginal ray incident at a point P on reflecting surface of concave mirror. Here one light ray parallel to principal axis, another light ray incident at a point P on a reflecting concave mirror. So how many marginal rays usually here? 2 marginal rays. Yes or no? Next, you have to follow that rules. First, rule 1. Rule 1, if ray of light parallel to principal axis, after reflection, reflected ray parallel to principal axis. Yes or sorry. After reflection, reflected ray is passing through principal focus. Just identify this. Reflected ray is passing through principal focus. Just identify this ray is reflected ray. Next, here apply that condition, loss of reflection. Fourth rule. If ray of light makes angle I with respect to principal axis, after reflection, reflected ray is also makes same angle with respect to principal axis. Yes, sir? So here we can identify angle I equal to angle R. Angle I equal to angle R. Then image formed beyond center of curvature. So here then you have to identify that position of image. That position of image we can consider in front of center of curvature. Okay, here image you can identify. It is image. It is object. It is object. Position of an object we consider between center of curvature and principal focus. Okay, but image formed after center of curvature we can consider. Here height of image more than to height of object. This image is magnified image. This image is magnified image. Magnified. So magnified means enlarged image. Okay, enlarged image or big size image. Big size image is a magnified image. So what about this image? This image is equal to size of image equal to size of object. Okay, here size of image is less than to size of object. We can consider that image is diminished image. What is the image? Diminished image. Diminished means small size. Diminished means small size image. But size of image is less than to size of object, then we can consider that image is a diminished image. Just we have to identify this image is magnified image. This image is magnified image. The next one, we can identify the characteristics of image. This image is real and inverted image. Inverted image. Real and inverted image. Okay, here object distance less than to image distance. Object distance less than to image distance. Okay, these are our characteristics of image for this condition. Okay, where is the position of an object between center of curvature and the principal focus? Then image formed after the center of curvature. Okay, here object distance less than to image distance. This image is a real and inverted image. This image is a magnified image. Okay, students, note down. Last two conditions are there. I can explain the two conditions. After that, I can close the class. Okay, students. Okay, wait for another 10 minutes. Wait for another 10 minutes. Okay. Now, we want to consider that position of an object. Want to consider that position of an object exactly at principal focus. Where is the position of an object? Exactly at the principal focus at F point. So now consider that position points. So here consider that position point principal focus. Where is the position of an object? We consider that position of an object exactly at the principal focus. Okay, it is position of an object. How many rays required for us? 2 rays required. One ray parallel to principal axis. Okay, another ray incident at a point P on reflecting surface of concave mirror. So now these 2 rays are 2 marginal incident rays. These 2 rays are 2 marginal incident rays. Next, we have to identify that image formation point. Okay, so rule 1. According to that rule 1, what is that rule 1? If ray of light parallel to principal axis, after reflection, reflected ray is passing through principal focus. After reflection, reflected ray is passing through principal focus. Here, identify that angle of incidence, angle between incident ray and principal axis. Okay, angle between incident ray and normal. Here, normal represents along the direction of principal axis. Because I introduced that word. Here, find out that angle of incidence with respect to principal axis. The principal axis is nothing but normal. Angle of incidence, angle I. Angle of incidence, angle I. What about that reflected ray direction? Here, identify that reflected ray. So, angle I equal to angle R. Then image formed at infinite distance. Okay, here identify that. Then image formed at infinity distance. Now just identify the distance. Image distance V equal to infinity. V equal to infinity. It is a highly enlarged image. This image highly enlarged means highly magnified image. Okay, so we can identify very magnified image, and image position we can consider at infinite distance. Okay, next one here, position of an object at principal focus. Here image, height of image more than to height of object. Height of image greater than to height of object. Okay, this image is real and inverted image. Real and inverted image. Okay, identify this point. And here image distance equal to infinity. Object distance u equal to focal length. Object distance u equal to focal length. Note down these characteristics of image. Next ray diagram. Last ray diagram. It is a very important ray diagram also. It is very important ray diagram. In examination, you have to note down this diagram. Information is very important. Here, consider that concave mirror. Where is the position of an object we consider now? Here, consider that position of an object between principal focus and pole. Principal focus and pole. Just identify. Okay, so here consider that position of an object between principal focus and pole. Now first we have to identify pole and center of curvature. So pole and center of curvature, draw that reference line. We have to draw this reference line. This reference line is passing through center of curvature and the pole. So identify and principal focus. Where is the principal focus? Here. That point we can consider on our principal axis. Here, center of curvature. It is center of curvature. Now identify that position of an object. Now identify that position of an object between principal focus and the pole. Understood? Where is the position of an object between principal focus and the pole? Now, how many incident light rays required for us? 2 incident light rays. Now draw the 2 incident light rays. One light ray parallel to principal axis. Another light ray incident at a point on pole. Incident at a point on pole of reflecting surface of concave mirror. Okay, students, how many rays required for us? 2 marginal incident rays required for us. One ray parallel to the principal axis, another ray incident at a point P on that reflecting surface. After reflection, we have to find out that intersection point of reflected rays. Okay, so where is that intersection point we can identify? Here, condition, if ray of light parallel to the principal axis, then reflected ray is passing through principal focus. When reflected ray is passing through principal focus, you have to identify that reflected ray direction. Here, we can apply that first law of reflection. Angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. So identify that angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. It represents angle of. Just identify these 2 reflected rays cannot intersect in the same side of the medium. So here we can identify these 2 rays are diverging reflected. These 2 diverging reflected rays cannot intersect in the same medium. But these 2 diverging light rays appear from inside a concave mirror. Appear from inside a concave mirror. Where is that appearing point? So draw that point. You have to identify that point. Now we have to extend these reflected rays. We have to extend these reflected rays in backward direction. Okay, the next it is also we have to extend these 2 extended reflected rays intersect one common point inside concave. Okay, so where it is intersect inside concave mirror, these two light rays intersect. That means their image formed back side of a concave. Image formed back side of a concave mirror. So just we can identify. It represents image formation point. Okay, it represents image formation point. Okay, so we can identify I dash. Here O dash. This image is virtual image. We cannot capture that image on screen. Are you identify this point? Which type of image it is? Virtual image. Here identify this one.